Hello and welcome to Coaster Strike. My name is Tom, and in today's video I'm going to be playing Ultimate Coaster 2. This is a mobile game which is available for download on the Play Store and all things like that. There was an original game which was just called Ultimate Coaster, which I played for a while when I was younger, and it was mediocre. But this is the second version, so I've skipped the tutorial and we're just going to have a go. So this whole thing is new. Change the height. I guess we want like a little bit of pre-chain lift section, so we'll put that about 10. Okay, it comes up with a nice little, like, more accurate one. That is new. And length about 30. That doesn't have to be precise though. So you've got pitch, yaw, bank, and scale. So pitch changes the height. And you can also change stuff like whether it's a loop or not, and you can change whether it's a chain break, launch, or normal. And now we want normal because we don't want anything to be on the track. We just want regular track. So you can use yaw to turn it side to side, and banking obviously to bank the track. And hang on. Yep, so, okay, this is a bit tricky. Obviously it's a mobile game, so doing it with all with your fingers is obviously quite hard. Scale changes the length of the track, if you're wondering, by the way. And let's just speed up silver chain lift. Okay, so we're now ready to build the chain lift, so I will go onto chain here, and then I can raise the pitch and the scale. We want it to be going decently fast, about 10 miles per hour, yeah. And yeah, raise that up and make it a bit longer. And I think I want this to be roughly giga, I would say. Yeah, I'll go for a giga coaster, 45-degree incline, and we'll build that up to 300 feet. You can see there's a little measurement to show you just how high up you are. 246 feet now, 286. So bring it down a bit, and oh no, hang on. Yeah, okay, and now we should just be able to bring it down and into the drop. So yeah, we'll make that chain lift so we can get to the drop, and then we can use the classic for the drop and the rest of the track, hopefully. So yeah, bring that down. We want it to be fairly steep. It's B&M track, by the way, which is, if you don't know, a manufacturer who use this box spine track. So we're going for like an Orion or Fury 325 feel. And oh yeah, it does this weird thing. It did that in the old game too. If you go too steep, it'll twist the track so that you're always you don't like over invert or anything. And I've also heard that there's a tunnel feature, so I want to try that out. No, I've gone too high here. Oh no, wait, I'll do that later. I'll just do a little, not little, but a hill, which will just give you a nice short pop of airtime, because at this point you're going pretty damn fast. Yep, and here we'll try out the tunnel feature, because that sounds pretty cool. Like, it also creates a tunnel. By the way, if you haven't worked it out, I'm speaking over the top of a pre-recorded recording, so if I sound like I'm predicting the future and not actually doing it yet, that's why. Oh yeah, that's really cool. That's nice. Yeah, so that's a new feature for the Ultimate Coaster 2. So we can bring that back up. Hopefully it's a tunnel all the way through there. Now, at the moment, this game, getting turns and hills completely smooth is sort of impossible, because there isn't like a smooth feature that I'm aware of. If there is and I'm just completely stupid, then please let me know down in the comments below. But as far as I'm aware, there is not any way to smooth out track like in Planet Coaster or No Limits 2. So you just sort of have to be as careful as you can really when you're building the track. So we'll go into a turn here, because it looks like we're reaching the edge of the designated map area, I guess. I don't know if you can go any further out. I doubt you can. And we'll try and make this as smooth as possible, so that, you know, the guests don't fly off of the track. But let's time lapse and speed through the rest of the track layout, because to be honest, that's not the most interesting thing in the world. Okay, so we've now reached sort of the end of the main track layout, so I'm going to go into a sloped brake run, as you would find on quite a few of the B&M Giga coasters, and then just slowly turn back into the station. Okay, so I mean, I guess the only thing to do now is to ride it, so let's hop on and see what this looks like. So obviously it's not the smoothest. I would obviously ideally have it a bit, I think that's the one thing that game could really use is a smoothing thing. Speed up the chain lift. Alright, that's much better than most B&M hypers. And let's dive into the first drop. So the vertical stuff tends to be a bit smoother, like going up and down hills. As long as you're staying pretty much in a straight line, it's good. Love that tunnel. But then, yep, here, so once you get into a turn, it's pretty dang awful. I'm sure there are ways to make it better. Obviously, I'm not an absolute pro at this game. I've spent a couple of hours playing it on the old version, and about 10 minutes playing it on this new version. But, so obviously, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good for a mobile game. Like, the fact that this can all run on a phone is pretty impressive. And yeah, you're going pretty fast into that brake run, but it does manage to slow you down. And then we turn nice and gently back into the station. So, I've talked about the original game quite a lot, but one other feature is you're now able to add scenery around your ride, as well as terrain and water and stuff like that. So I'm going to just walk through all the different features. You've got change height, which you've got elevate, which you hold it down and then lift your thumb up and down to change the height, so up, down, and then you can move around with your left thumb where the sort of cursor thingy bob is. I'm really good at speaking, by the way, so I think I'm going to create like a little lake area underneath here. And then we'll add some water. You just select water, enable water, and you can change the water level, but we're not going to need to do that. And then, we're going to have some sand around it because there's a paint feature, and I want to show that off. You can select different stuff. I'm not sure what custom is. I guess you can add like custom images and it'll replicate that. So it's nice and gentle. It's not like instantly turning everything in the circle to sand, which is nice. Bit more of a gradient. That looks really nice. And then you can also smooth, which will just make the terrain a bit smoother, less blocky like it is at the moment, which obviously improves it a lot. And now I'm going to give you yet another time lapse. Yes, I know there's been a lot of them so far, but I'm going to give you another time lapse of me creating some mountainous terrain around the area, which I actually think looks quite good in the end. So enjoy that and the music, and I'll be back in a sec. And voila, I would say I am pretty happy with this. It looks very sort of Bob Ross mountainous style, and I guess what else to do but ride the coaster. So let's hop on and see how much the scenery changes the experience. Obviously, it's all very grand around here. You've got these massive mountains and the wonderful fir trees, very alpine, and not incredibly realistic. Obviously, the mountains are just flat grey. But again, it's a mobile game. Like, the fact that a phone is able to run this and it's able to do all of this is really incredible. I'll speed up I'll cut to the rest of the layout because most of it's not in the mountain area. But yeah, and then you've got this nice break section, and you can go through the trees. I really like how you sort of feel enveloped in this area. And back into the station. But yeah, I'm really happy with what I built. I think this is an incredible game. This took me under half an hour to build this on a mobile phone, on a completely free app. I don't know if I even mentioned that before, but it's a free app. You can download it for free now on the Play Store or whatever store you use for your phone, and play around and have some fun. There are some in-game features which cost money, but I would say just get it, have a play around with it, and who knows, maybe you'll decide that you want to pay for the extra features. But yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have and you want to see more Ultimate Coaster 2 content, then like the video so that I am aware, and subscribe so that you're notified when I do. But otherwise, I hope that you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.